I'm talking to the commissioners now and trying to arrange it where we can fight 3 men in one night. Line up 3 of them. Give me 1 minute's rest between each one of them. I will 3 of them in one night. There's not one man good enough for me.
Muhammad Ali was the father of psychological warfare. There was never such a term before Ali. He knew that to get a guy off his game plan, he got the guy all emotionally charged and he threw him out of his rhythm. Boxing is about restrained emotions, controlled aggression. That's what boxing is.
When I think of Muhammad Ali, he just has so much will to win. You know what I mean? He just don't want to lose. He just is too arrogant to lose. He just can't believe there's a man that's living on this planet that can beat him. That's all they think about, their superiority.
Joe Frazier, the heavyweight champion of the world. Clumsy, ugly, flat-footed Joe Frazier. I'll show you what a real champion is.
It was Howard Cosell that was asking them about Joe Frazier. And I remember this interview. He's like, Joe Frazier, he hit so hard. And Muhammad Ali goes, I'm pretty. I'm a bad man. He was able to spit out positive affirmations, and what he did best, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. He said, I will put him down in the first round. He said it in a poem.
My earliest recollection of Muhammad Ali was the Frazier fights. I was always a Frazier fan. I loved his peekaboo hook and all the things that he did as a boxer, and those were classic fights, the ones that I've watched time and time again. I think for a long time, the toughest guy on the planet was the heavyweight champion of the world in boxing, and Ali was that guy for a dang long time.
Sticking and sticking, left, right, left, hook, ducking, and be ducking all into my punches. And I'm just gonna dance and move, and in my glory, I'm gonna be in my glory, hoping Joe Frazier, and then I'm gonna stick it, and he's gonna fall.
The heat, the humidity in the Philippines, the drama and the spectacle of the Thrilla Manila goes down as probably one of the 3 greatest fights of all time. How both guys really were on their way out. Each one of their fights, they had left a piece of themselves in every one of their fights.
Ali was masterful in so many ways, sticking and moving, but so was Joe Frazier masterful in closing the gap, staying on top of him, and getting tremendous leverage with his punches. When you see Joe fight, with non-stop punching, non-stop. He's like a freight train. He gives new meaning to the word relentless.
When people say the greatest, and they say Muhammad Ali, there's no truer statement. His hand speed, his boxing ability, his charisma, but more than anything, he had probably the greatest chin of all time. When you think of all the top fighters he fought, from the 60s and the 70s, all the top punchers, Sonny Liston, Big Cat Williams, Zora Foley, to Joe Frazier, George Foreman, Ken Norton, Ron Lyle, Jerry Corey, and Ernie Shavers, the greatest puncher of all time. The fact he was able to stand up to those guys, be hurt, even dropped by some of them, but get up and defeat them, all those attributes, he had the greatest chin of all time, and that to me was what made him the greatest.
Both guys almost killed each other, and it looked like to me that Joe Frazier's corner made him quit before Ali's corner would make him quit. So it was just a matter of who was going to quit first, and Joe's corner quit first. I don't think Joe really wanted to quit, but they figured he had enough.
The doctor comes up and looks at Frazier. I think it's going to be over. It's all over.
Muhammad Ali was on the stool and was not getting up. He said he wasn't getting up. If Eddie Futch would let Joe Frazier get up, and round 15 would have started, you'd have won that fight because Muhammad Ali said that was it. He was not going out for the next round. Just think about that. 30 seconds, it would change history.
Because this has to have been one of the most bruising heavyweight championships of all time.
That was a tough fight. That fight took a lot out of both guys. That fight killed a piece in both of them, I think. That was a murderous fight. And the heat, all the pre-fight hype, the pre-fight animosity, it was a sight to see. That fight was an epic battle. That fight was like one of the greatest fights of all time.